WHCS Channel 29 presents Peninsula District Basketball semifinal game action. The Phoebus Phantom girls team versus the Ferguson Mariners girls team. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole, along with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. We are here at Hampton University's gymnasium for the game this afternoon, or actually early this evening, for the game between the Mariners of Ferguson, 15-7, and the Phantoms of Phoebus, 17-5. Bob, what have you got to talk about it?
Well, we're going to pick up the announcements right now, Tim.
All rise and stand, please, as the Bethel Junior Army ROTC Color Guard, under the command of Staff Sergeant Randy Sizemore, presents to us this evening our colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, if you would, now for the playing of our national anthem. This time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce the starting lineups for our two teams. First of all, at forward, a 5'6" senior for the Ferguson Mariners, number 34, Marlene Cuffey. At forward, a 5'8" junior for the Phoebus Phantoms, number 15, Tammy Boggs. At forward, a 5'11" senior for the Ferguson Mariners, number 22, Jackie Epperson. At forward, a 5'8" sophomore for the Phoebus Phantoms, number 24, Juanita Cook. At center, a 5'10" senior for the Ferguson Mariners, number 52, Crystal Richardson. At center, a 6'2" sophomore for the Phoebus Phantoms, number 35, Monica Hart. At guard, a 5'4" senior for the Ferguson Mariners, number 32, Denise Hampton. At guard, a 5'3" junior for the Phoebus Phantoms, number 10, Nikki Reed. And at guard, a 5'4" junior for the Ferguson Mariners, number 20, Tara McLean. At guard, a 5'4" senior for the Phoebus Phantoms, number 12, Yolanda Keeler. Head coach for the Ferguson Mariners in her 6th season is Marilyn Watkins. She is assisted by Debbie Berry. Head coach for the Phoebus Phantoms in his 10th year, Mike Talon, and he is assisted by Levon Marrow. Our officials tonight, the referee will be Ray Keegan, and the umpire will be Dandy Don Miller.
Dandy Don Miller. Okay, I'm glad he didn't say Dandy Don
And there you see marvelous Mike Talon on your screen, the head coach for the highly successful Phoebus Phantoms. We thank the PA announcer for his clear and distinct enunciations of the names. I'm glad he got some of those things. There's some of those names on here I still have to check.
Yeah, well, I tell you, Tim, this is going to be a good game tonight. I got to watch Phoebus practice yesterday, and they've had good practices all week. And this is a must situation. You've got to win tonight to get to the finals. And Mike Talon's done a fantastic job over there the 10 years he's been at Phoebus High School. So we're in for a real fine contest tonight.
All right, the girls team from Phoebus in the white uniforms with the blue and gold numerals. The Mariners, of course, in the blue with the white numerals. And we're just about set to go. 4 8-minute quarters, high school basketball. The winner of this game advances to the semifinal game against the Menchville Monarchs. Momentary delay as we got the girls all lined up. And the only jump ball of the game is controlled by the Phantoms. Nikki Reed brings it down for the Lady Phantoms. Cross-court pass, Tammy Boggs. Juanita Cook swings it around. Boggs looks inside. Dishes off to Monica Hart, and she feeds underneath.
That was an excellent job of moving that ball and getting it inside. And this is one thing you'll find Phoebus. They're a very good team as far as looking for the other gal and somebody open underneath the basket. Now, Phoebus has got 2 girls who made all-district team, Tim. Number 10 out there is Nikki Reed, made all-district. This is a 3rd-year starter for her, and she's still just a junior. And the other all-district was number 15, Tammy Boggs, for the Phoebus Phantoms.
Mariners get the ball back after the Phantoms had stolen the ball but then traveled, and now they lose it out of bounds. The Phantoms leading 2-0 will bring it up.
Well, now what Phoebus wants to do, Tim, is control the tempo of the game. And you can see there's some jitters out there. It's just tournament game kind of brings out the jitters in it. But they want a more upbeat tempo. Ferguson, on the other hand, wants to kind of walk the ball up. They also want to control the tempo, but they want a little better, a little slower tempo.
Tara McLean drives the lane, puts it up off the glass, and it comes off in the hands of Juanita Cook for the Phantoms. Quickly down the court, the fast break goes awry as Yolanda Keeler was the intended recipient of that pass. It was just simply thrown beyond her reach. And the Monarchs...
Excuse me, Tim. Again, that's just jitters. These young ladies are, they want to make a good impression. They're out here trying to do things a little quicker than what they normally do. They settle down and there will be fewer turnovers, I'm sure.
This is McLean. Looks inside for Cuffey. Cuffey pushes it back outside, and yet another turnover. We've had about four turnovers.
4 turnovers on passes that just were not handled. And again, you won't see that go on all game long.
They'll settle down and get into the game. Nikki Reed calls play number 4 as she crosses the timeline. Keeler inside, the pass goes intended for Monica Hart, stolen by the Mariners. This is Marlene Cuffey bringing the ball up. Dish it back outside. Looking inside for the
big
center, Crystal Richardson.
That was Ray Keenan that made the call, the official. That was a touch foul. In fact, it didn't look like a foul from this side, but a lot of times officials will call what they think is going to happen, Tim.
Monica Hart, good pass on the inbounds play. The shot won't go. Rebounded by the Mariners, and a foul on the ensuing play. Going to the free throw line will be Tara McLean, and the foul will be on number 24 of the Phantoms. That is Juanita Cook. That's her first, and that's the second team foul against the Phantoms. Just 2 points scored so far. Those 2 points scored by Juanita Cook of Phoebus. 6:20 to go here in the first quarter. Semifinal action. The Group AAA Peninsula District Girls Basketball. And Ferguson gets in the score column with a free throw by Tara McLean. And she is perfect at the free throw line. 2 for 2, and we're tied at 2. Phantoms 17-5 overall. Keeler to Cook to Boggs. Boggs looks inside, now dishes outside for Keeler to Reed. Cross-court pass, Tammy Boggs has the ball blocked, and the Mariners will bring it down. Looked like a little body contact, could have called a foul there.
Right, see, now there was definite contact on the body that time, and there was no call at all, so let's get, one thing I talked about before is let's get consistent.
Rebound by the Mariners, put up and no good, and now stolen by the Mariners after Tammy Boggs had gotten the ball for the Phantoms. Drive the lane, put it up, no good. Nikki Reed is pushed out of bounds, no call. The ball goes out and it belongs to the Mariners. Good call by the official. So play is to say the least a little ragged here, but as you mentioned, you got your semifinal jitters.
Real sloppy. This is the first time that these girls have played in this arena. Now they played in each other's home, and you're at a high school. It's a little different than if you're playing at a university gymnasium.
And now we have a technical foul charged, and I'll wait and see who that's on.
Number 20 for the Mariners, Tim, is Tara McLean.
Well, she very quietly voiced her opinion. I certainly didn't see or hear any, but obviously she said something, the buzzword.
Well, whatever she said,
it got the official's attention.
He didn't like it.
So Tammy Boggs will get a second shot on the technical, and then Phoebus will have the ball at midcourt.
And she's got a good stroke with the ball, Tim. She's probably a good 80% foul shooter.
And, of course, on the technical, Phoebus will have the ball right at our broadcast position. Inside for Monica Hart. She puts it up a little too strong, but a good
nice
position
rebound
underneath.
for Tammy. She did a good job of moving inside.
Tammy Boggs with the rebound, put it in. She's got 3 points, and it's a 3-point lead for Phoebus.
And they also, you notice they're full court man-to-man, Tim. They're going to put pressure. And
Mariners,
then they try to double up the ball.
Mariners get it in. Nikki Reed knocks it away, but it's
then
retrieved.
Can't get to the ball.
Retrieved by Richardson. Off the glass and good by Jackie Epperson, number 22 of the Mariners. And it's a 1-point game. Nikki Reed, one of the smoother guards in the district. She's one of the best, if not the best, that I've seen. She holds up, puts it up, and she's fouled.
Well, she's in the same category with Dawn Paps, who is also another all-district Peninsula team member. Both of them are point guards, and both of them do an excellent, excellent job.
Foul charge to Jackie Epperson. And at the free throw line, Nikki Reed looking for her first points of the night.
It's one thing that the coach was practicing the other night, Tim, was the foul shot shooting these young ladies.
And Nikki Reed shows her form at the free throw line. She's got 2, and it's again a 3-point lead for the Phantoms. Pressing full court. Nikki Reed knocks it away. It's controlled by Nikki Reed. Spots Tammy Boggs underneath, and Tammy
Excellent
puts
pass.
it in.
Excellent pass.
So Tammy Boggs now with 5 points. Coming into this ball game, Tammy Boggs was averaging, as the Phantoms again steal the ball, Tammy was averaging a little more than 11 points per game. On the baseline, Hart's shot won't go, but it's rebounded, no good. Tammy Boggs has it momentarily, and then Marlene Cuffey brings it down for the Mariners. Starting to say the leading scorer on the Phantoms is Nikki Reed with a little more than 15 points per game, Tammy with 11.4, and Juanita Cook with 10.1. So the balanced scoring for the Phantoms is certainly there. They've got 8 points per game from Monica Hart. Rebound and in by Jackie Epperson. So Jackie Epperson has been an opportunistic player for the Mariners. That's 2 garbage balls that she's gotten underneath there and put them in for the easy baskets.
There was a little bit of on the rebound under the basket, there was a little climb in people's back, and there was no call. That's why I was really surprised in a call that he called earlier. There was a touch foul. Maybe he's going to let him play a little bit.
9-6, Phoebus. Nikki Reed spots the open player underneath, is back out for Monica Hart, and she gets the roll.
They do a good job passing that ball inside, Tim.
Monica Hart, as you saw there, you see her on your screen. Monica with her first bucket of the night, and now it's a 5-point Phoebus lead. Baseline jumper goes too long, and Tammy Boggs will clear the boards. Nikki Reed to Monica Hart from 15. She moves it inside. It goes to Juanita Cook. It's knocked away, and they'll say it was last touched by a Mariner.
Well, a Mariner just took the ball right out of her hand. She had the ball over her head and just kind of left it there saying, take it if you want it, and they took it. Got to protect the ball a little bit, but they do a good job of moving the ball. Once they get it inside, looking for somebody even closer that has a better shot.
Juanita Cook to Tammy Boggs, left side of the top of the key. Nikki Reed tripped up as she went toward the basket.
It looked like a foul to me. I mean, she was definitely tripped.
So the Mariners now trailing by 5. 2:45 remains in the first quarter. The winner advances to the finals against the Menchville Monarchs. Ball is rebounded by
girls are getting knocked down all over
Yolanda
the place.
Keeler. It's a rough game out there. I'm surprised we're not getting more whistles. But the officials, of course, calling it the best they can. And now we've got a foul.
He called at that time on number 20, but was a tripping down there on the other end when Nikki fell down. And that was then the young lady number 12 for the Phantoms, Yolanda Keeler, was almost shoved to the ground and nothing was called.
Player control foul. Inbounds pass to Tammy Boggs. Closer inside, a block shot as Monica Hart had it blocked on the shot, says the referee. 5-point Phoebus lead. The Mariners looking to slice into that lead. Richardson with a two-hand set shot. The basket will count. And a foul underneath the basket. The foul is going to be charged to number 24, Juanita Cook. That's her second personal foul. That's the third team foul.
And the Phoebus gals are going to have to be careful, Tim, because they're calling the second movement. The young lady was pushed, she pushed back, and that's when he called it. So not only did they get the basket, but they also get the ball, and this could be a 4-point swing.
The lead is 3, inside of 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Inside off the hands of Jackie Epperson, and it belongs to the Phantoms.
Well, Mike's told me that yesterday, Mike Talon said that he said, we can get a 4 or 5 point run on Ferguson, but then they don't allow us to continue. He said they do a good job of not letting anybody blow them out.
McLean, Tara McLean. That's 4 points for McLean, and it's a 1-point Phoebus lead, 11-10. 1:20 exactly remaining here in the first quarter. Move it inside. Juanita Cook turns, faces the basket, and put it in. 4 points for Juanita Cook. Full court pressure. Ball is stolen by Nikki Reed, but she can't control it, and it goes out of bounds.
She is really hustling out there, Tim. 2 or 3 times she's had the ball and just been not able to hold on to it, but she has knocked it loose. And those will come in handy later on. She'll start getting some of those.
Ferguson moving the ball around, drive the lane, feed it off to Richardson. Richardson can't get it. She gets it tied up, and the ball will belong to the Mariners.
Yeah,
Finally figured out those possession arrows.
It means that it points to the basket, Tim. I know we have a problem with that in the Denby Hampton game.
There you see 13-10 the score. Inbounds pass, baseline jumper, high arching shot, bounces off the rim, no good. Tammy Boggs with a quick outlet. She's got Nikki Reed all alone. Nikki will put it off the glass and good.
Did a good job of looking down the court and finding an open player.
And there's Nikki Reed's quickness again as she intercepts. Give it to Juanita Cook from 13. It's a little short. Monica Hart has the rebound and puts it in.
Excellent job.
So with a half a minute to go, Phoebus quickly out with 6 straight points, and they lead by 17-10. Nikki Reed is just harassing the daylights out of these Mariner girls. Her quickness is really paying off.
She has got some foot speed, Tim. It's just unbelievable.
Well, as you said, her hustle. You know, if I could take 5 players that were good or they were hustles and they weren't so good, I'd take the 5 hustlers because you're going to get the ball and you're going to develop as you go along. I love a team that hustles.
I do too, Tim. It shows you that they want that. They're serious about what they're doing.
Foul is charged to number 34. That's Marlene Cuffey of the Mariners. That's her first. And that is the team's third. And now with 15 seconds to go.
They may just take one shot, Tim, because it's 10 seconds and counting, so I don't look for them to.
And a girl wide open underneath. Juanita Cook with 6 points. Clock continues to move towards the conclusion of the first quarter, and before the ball can be inbound, it is the end of the first quarter. So the Lady Phantoms have come out strong here in the first quarter.
Well, they scored 8 straight points, Tim. It was 11-10, and their hustle and moving that ball inside has got them 8 straight points. And anytime you can do that, you're going to put pressure on another team.
Well, how many times do you see that? A team will out-hustle another team. They don't necessarily shoot any better, but their hustle creates more situations for them.
Well, they had a breakaway basket where Tammy Boggs got the ball to Nikki going down on a breakaway layup. They stole the ball. They got a couple of inside shots. They're not taking bad shots. I have not seen a shot yet that's been, I don't think, any further away than maybe 12 feet. And that was one that Tammy Boggs shot that was partially blocked. But all the shots are within, you're talking 5-6 feet within the basket, you're going to get a high percentage. And there's a good shot of our A.G. Womble over there in the stand that just went by. A.G.'s over there getting his microphone all ready for action. He's going to climb on somebody.
Well, let's go to A.G. if we can. Well, I guess we're going to have to. We missed our signal on that. I think A.G. was ready for us, but we didn't pick him up. A.G., you want to take jump in when you can, A.J. I think you've got someone you want to ask some questions of while we watch the action.
All right, Tim, Bob, we got Coach Ivory Knight of the Crabbers. Your thoughts on the first quarter here, Coach?
Well, I think Phoebus got off to a very slow start, and observing both teams are playing good defense. But however, I feel that if Ferguson hangs in there, they have a good chance to come through.
Tough year for the Crabbers this year, but next year things look bright.
I think they look very bright. Right now I'm building. I have basically 9th and 10th graders, and if they all return, I'm quite sure we should be very promising.
All right, you're doing a good job over there, Ivory. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Tim and Bob.
All right, A.G., thank you. While we were listening to Ivory's comments, we had a foul, the third foul on Juanita Cook. And as Marlene Cuffey hits her first basket, Juanita Cook has had to come out of the game, and that could hurt Phoebus down the road because she leaves with 6 points. She's leading the Phantoms at this point in the ballgame. Baseline by Keeler is no good. And the Mariners now trailing by 7 will bring it up. Of course, the three-point line is in effect. You can get back in the ballgame pretty quickly with a three-point shot.
You most certainly can. That has really changed a lot of strategy in basketball. But the Mariners come out and made 2 straight baskets, Tim, and cut the lead to 5.
That was McLean, and it is, in fact, a 19-14 ball game. 6:45 to go in the ball game. Tripped up again, no call. Monica Hart gets the loose ball, and she's fouled inside. This one is going to be charged to number 32. That's Denise Hampton. That's her first. Team's 4th. And it's a player control foul. Nikki Reed will inbounds. And the errant pass is picked off by the Mariners. 1-on-1. Good defensive effort to get back by the Phantoms, rather. Nikki Reed will take it to the hoop. It goes in. She's fouled and it counts.
Excellent job. She's got to be the most valuable player on that team, Tim. She controls the tempo, gets the ball. She knows where to go with it. She really had only 2 offense against 3 defense, but they were running and then nobody was in front of her.
Second foul in a row called on Denise Hampton. That is her second. And Nikki will be at the free throw line trying for the three-point play. 21-14 the score. Make that 22-14 as Nikki Reed now has 6 points. Check that. She has 7 points. And she takes over the leadership. And her hustle again almost gets her the ball, but in her efforts to control the ball, she traveled.
I think she was helped a little bit.
22-14, 6:20. Again picked off by none other than Nikki Reed. Drive the lane, and it's knocked away just as she was going up for the easy basket by Tara McLean. A good effort by Tara to get back on defense.
Really was, Tim. Nikki had slowed down to kind of gather herself up a little bit.
Tammy Boggs from her spot.
We saw her hit about 6 in a row against Kecoughtan from that same spot. She does an excellent job.
24-14, 10-point Phoebus lead. Can't control it on the baseline. The Mariners will have it. You know, playing in this much larger gymnasium must have a definite effect on the girls. They're used to playing in the closer confines of their own gymnasium, and just the open space must really
the
cause
depth
problems.
perception is off a little bit on your shots because there's so much more distance behind the basket than what is in high school. In high school, the baskets are only about maybe 5 or 6 feet from the wall. Here, we're talking, 20-some feet. So that makes a big difference. It really does. The openness here, just playing in a strange place that you never played in before makes a lot of difference, Tim. I'm trying to locate A.G. and I don't see him. There he is.
I see him up in the rafters.
Yeah,
up
he's
there.
up there talking to, looks like Clay Washington, the Phoebus principal.
Our score, 24-14. Semifinal action, Group AAA District Basketball. The girls team from Phoebus, the home team tonight, as they are hosting the Mariners of Ferguson. One of the few times we had an opportunity this year to see a team from the Newport News School system involved in play.
There's a good shot of Clay Washington standing there, sitting there with a suit on, and A.G. with his arms crossed. Looks like he may have a program. We need to get a hold of him.
Just saw a lady walk by here, shell out 2 bits, but we'll probably get one. Long pass goes out of bounds for the Mariners, and Phantoms now leading by 10 will have a chance to increase that lead. Backcourt tandem of Yolanda Keeler, and Nikki Reed. And in the forecourt, Chantel Pitt, number 33, has replaced Juanita Cook, who has come out of the ball game with 3 personal fouls. So it's Pitt and Boggs, the forwards, and Monica Hart, the center for the Phantoms. Good pass underneath, put it in, and good. 8 points for Jackie Epperson.
Well, they're not supposed to be able to get a ball like that inside underneath that man-to-man that Phoebus plays. Somebody just didn't have their man.
Wide open underneath. Monica Hart can't find the handle.
They're just having a hard time catching the ball, Tim. The passes are crisp passes. They're just not concentrating that ball into their hand. They're trying to shoot it or trying to move before they get the ball or something.
5:23 to go in the first half. 24-16. Phoebus up by 8.
I see Phoebus is in a zone. It's the first time they've been in a zone this game.
And a foul. So Richardson of the Mariners couldn't connect on 2. They got the rebound, and then the foul occurred. This one's charged to Yolanda Keeler of Phoebus. Both teams are over the limit, and for the remainder of the first half, we'll be shooting at least a 1-and-1. Monica Hart will come out of the ball game, and in her place will be Tanya Brooks, number 23 for the Phantoms. So the Phantoms now have replaced 2 of their starters. Hart and Cook are on the bench. Getting her own rebound on a good heads-up play is Marlene Cuffey.
Yolanda Keeler was supposed to get the shooter. You're not supposed to let the shooter get their own rebound, and that was just a mental mistake.
This is Cuffey off the heel of the rim, and back come the Phantoms. Nikki Reed setting up the play. There you see a good shot of Nikki.
Oh, they're going to spread it out, Tim. They're going to make them come out of that zone and play a man-to-man.
And, of course, as the team that is trailing, they must do so. Now, once they're contested, of course, the Phantoms do have to advance the ball. But they, again, we go into to rulings here that involve judgment. The defensive team has to be so close in order to precipitate.
Within 6 feet, I believe it is, Tim.
So now we've got some action, and the official starts counting. Phantoms slowing the ball down a little bit. They've got Monica Hart on the bench and Juanita Cook as well. Juanita out with 3 fouls. So they probably wouldn't mind burning a little time off the clock in any event. Those passes getting a little taller each time. As long as she's not contested, she doesn't have to throw it. She finds an open lady underneath the basket, but instead, Tanya Brooks kicks it out. Now, again, the open player.
I know Mike's talent's got to be upset. Why you want to dribble down and throw the ball so hard like that?
Chantel Pitt couldn't handle that hot potato. Goes out of bounds and trailing by 8 points with a chance to cut into that lead. 3:44 remains in the first half. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Womble here at Hampton University. It's our pleasure to bring you this game. Hope you're enjoying it so far.
And Phoebus has switched back to the man-to-man now, Tim.
Crystal Richardson rebounds and finally puts one in. She's had several opportunities, and at this time gets her second bucket of the night. And it's a 6-point Phoebus lead. Tammy Boggs guarded. Goes right by her man. Puts the shot up. It's partially blocked. Monica Hart, who has come back in the ball game, gets the rebound.
Boy, I tell you, Tim, that might have been partially blocked, but there was a lot of body.
Nikki Reed puts the move on Tara McLean. Phoebus still has it spread out. Yolanda Keeler. She's guarded by Marlene Cuffey. Now to Hart. Back to Keeler. So the Phantoms now using a great deal of patience in their attack. Hoping to find someone open for an easy basket, I'm sure. This is Keeler, guarded by Cuffey.
But the key is if you drive to the basket and somebody's open, you got to get the ball to them. You can't throw it. I can't throw a bad pass.
2:20 to go in the first half. Keeler kicks it out for Hart. Hart back to Keeler. Well, did you get any hint from Mike Talon that they might do a slowdown tonight?
And I think the reason they're doing it is because of the foul trouble some of these players are in.
Jump ball, the possession arrow belongs to the Mariners, so they get a good round of applause for their efforts from the Mariner faithful here tonight. Not a big crowd on hand, but it's still filing in. Of course, the game to follow this will also be a game we'll be bringing you. That'll be the semifinal action between the Ferguson Mariners and the Hampton Crabbers boys teams. So now the Mariners, trailing by 6, have the basketball. 1:47 remains in the first half. Feed it to Crystal Richardson. Her pass is deflected, but regained by the Mariners. Put it up and good, and that is Denise Hampton.
Well, I know Mike doesn't like that. They started this slow tempo. They were up by 8. Now they're up by 4.
Nikki Reed with Keeler. Boggs. Tanya Brooks is the only non-starter in the ball game right now for Phoebus, and she is resting Juanita Cook, who has 3 fouls. Almost stolen by the Mariners, retrieved by Keeler. 1:09, clock is moving. Inside all alone is Juanita Cook. It's a little too strong, and a jump ball as Monica Hart was tied up. The possession arrow.
Wide open out of the basket. An easy crib shot, and they blow the shot. I know Mike Talon's about to go nuts over there.
Well, the possession arrow belongs to the Phantoms, or it would have been an extremely costly play. It could have been.
Certainly would have been.
And I see AG has returned to the fold here. I wonder if he's got someone lined up for his halftime interview. Put it up and good is Tanya Brooks. So she gets in the score column, and it's back to a 6-point lead for the Phantoms. Denise Hampton won't go. Kicked around and finally taken by Monica Hart. Inside of a minute now, 39 seconds left in the first half. There is no shot clock in high school basketball. There's no need for the Phantoms to shoot before the time runs down. Nikki Reed feeds in for Hart. Turnaround, no good. And it's brought down by the Mariners. 20 seconds to go, trailing by 6 points. So now they very well may elect to take the last shot, although they don't do that. Denise Hampton fires it up. Nikki Reed is going to draw the foul. Good play.
It really was. She did an excellent job of blocking.
Wait a minute, I might have been a little premature on this. They're going to say she back. Well,
no, it's on 34.
Okay. They were a little slow going down the court. I thought that's what, but then they could have perhaps they could have called her for backing in.
Well, we're going to have a little interview here at halftime, Tim. Dawn Paps, who is the point guard and starter at Kecoughtan High School, and her coach, Mike McCormick, are going to be interviewed by A.G. Womble at halftime. So we're looking forward to that.
So will we be doing a break before we go to that interview, or? Just 11 seconds to go. Nikki Reed on the 1-and-1 will not get the bonus. Oh, almost stolen by Nikki, and it is, in fact, stolen by Tammy Boggs with 7 seconds. Tammy will fire from just inside three-point range, is partially blocked, and a jump ball with 1 second to go. Possession arrow belongs to the Mariners, so they have the length of the court to go.
Well, that means the Phoebus will get the ball at the beginning of the second half, Tim, so that's not a bad.
Almost stolen by Monica Hart, and it goes awry as the halftime score is Phoebus 26 and the Mariners of Ferguson 20. And that was a good quarter for the Mariners. They went from a 9-point deficit to a 6-point deficit here at halftime. And I have to wonder whether the slowdown tactics by the Phantoms might have, in fact, hurt them.
Well, it hurt them in the sense, Tim, that they turned the ball over, not because of the defense, but because of their own passes and that sort of thing. And that really hurt them more than anything. And I'm sure Mike is going to talk to them about it at halftime. But he wants to get his ball players back in, especially the one lady that's got the 3 fouls on her.
Okay, we're just about set to go, and let's go down now to AG, and he's got a couple of guests.
All right, Tim, Bob, we got Coach Mike McCormick of the Kecoughtan Warriors and Don Paps, the scoring leader of the Peninsula District. And Don, first of all, your thoughts on this and comments on this first half.
Phoebus is playing a pretty tough game, and it's been pretty good.
Did you have much success when you played against that Phoebus defense this year?
No, I only got to play against them one time because I was sick the other, but I handled it pretty well.
All right. Coach Mike, what about the Warriors' season this year, and now that it's over with, your thoughts on the season as a whole?
Well, I think it's kind of obvious. The record shows that we were a little frustrated at times, and we could have played better much more this season than we did. But I think we found some girls who could play, some young girls, and the future looks pretty bright for us.
All right. How many returning next year?
Oh, good heavens. I'm not real sure right off the top of my head. I think 7 or 8.
Okay. What about this first half? The Phantoms got a 6-point lead now.
Well, I was a little surprised at what took place towards the end of the second quarter. Phoebus had a lead of about 12 or 14 points, and they tried to make Ferguson come out and play a little different type of defense. If I was Ferguson and I had an opportunity to go in at halftime only 6 down, I'd feel pretty good about my chances in the second half.
What's your comments on the season this scoring leader the district had?
She did it all for us. You pick up the newspaper and you look at the scoring leaders and her name's right up on top, but what people don't realize is she does a lot of things for us. She's a point guard. She plays real good defense against some of the top offensive players in the district too, and we have a lot of role players on our team. Dawn's not one of them. She has to do it all.
Okay. Don, I know the softball season's getting ready to start, and what are your thoughts about going back into softball?
I don't know. I want to and everything, but I just need a few days off to get myself together because I don't know if I can handle practice every day now. I need some time off.
Okay.
I might.
All right. Your thoughts on your senior year next year? What do you think the Warrior team's going to look like?
Well, I'm looking forward to. We should have a pretty good team. We'll just work together as a team, and we should be all right.
All right. Good luck to you, Mike. Good luck to you too.
Thank you very
Thanks very much. All right, Tim and Bob.
All right, AG, thank you very much for those interviews with Dawn Paps, the multi-talented athlete from Kecoughtan High School.
Well, you went to school with her daddy, or was it granddaddy? Or daddy, right?
It was her brother. I went to school with her daddy and her uncle. So, all right, our halftime score, the Phoebus Phantoms 26, the Ferguson Mariners 20. We'll return with more second half action and some halftime statistics, but first, this brief timeout. Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble back at Hampton University's gymnasium. We got your halftime statistics for you for the 6-point leading Phoebus Phantoms. They were paced by Nikki Reed with 7, as well as Tammy Boggs with a like number. 6 points for foul-plagued Juanita Cook, who has 3 personal fouls. She is the only Phoebus Phantom with any kind of foul trouble at all. The only other players with fouls are Monica Hart with 1, and she had 4 points at halftime. And the other foul on the team was Yolanda Keeler with 1 foul. She did not score, and Tanya Brooks had the other 2 points for the Phoebus Phantoms. They led 19-10 after the first period and 26-20 here at halftime. For the Ferguson Mariners, they were paced by Jackie Epperson, who had 4 baskets for 8 points. And then with 4 points each were Tara McLean and Crystal Richardson, and 2 points for Denise Hampton and Marlene Cuffey. And the only Ferguson Mariner with even remotely a foul problem is Denise Hampton, and she has 2. So at halftime, our lead is 6 points for the Ferguson Mariners, and for the Phoebus Phantoms. And I understand AG had the opportunity to talk briefly with Coach Mike Talon. Is that right? Got a chance to find out maybe something about that slowdown tactic there at the end of the first half. Now we got you.
Yeah, I did have a chance to talk to the assistant coach, and basically they weren't trying to slow the ball down. They were trying to spread it out and try to get some easy one-on-one layups up the lane.
Well, that's what I thought. I didn't think it was a slowdown, but the tempo was much slower than what they're normally used to. They usually do a more upbeat tempo, and I was really surprised that they slowed it down. They had like an 8 to 10 point lead going into that, and now they only had up by 6. So it did hurt them a little bit because of the turnover.
It hurt them, but the intent was not to slow it down. They were just hoping to get an easy basket, one-on-one type basket.
Okay, good enough. Well, we appreciate that comments.
All right, Phoebus has the ball to start the second half. This is Nikki Reed. She'll put it up. It's no good. And battled for underneath. And who's the foul going to be charged to? If it is foul to Juanita Cook, that would be her 4th. And just like that, she picks up her 4th personal foul. Mike Talon must have just about swallowed his gum on that one, because that was a silly foul.
It really was. It was a foul that you just really breaks your heart.
It's a mental error. It has to be. You got 3 fouls. You come into the game in the second half, and then you foul within the first 10 seconds. Not even on a good play.
Well,
these things happen, you know. I've seen it done by college players and pro players alike. So
I'm sure that Mike has lost just a little more hair off of that play.
Leading by 6, Nikki Reed to Yolanda Keeler. Keeler kick it back out to Reed, over to Boggs, inside for Hart. Hart muscles it up, it doesn't go. And retrieved by the Mariners. Mariners trailing by 6. Marlene Cuffey with a chance to bring that lead down to 4. Tara McLean now guarded by Keeler. McLean will put it up, it doesn't go. Monica Hart has it momentarily, and it's last touched by, let's see, they're going to have to charge a foul on the play.
Foul on number 30, it looks like.
Number 20, Tara McLean, is charged. That's her 2nd personal foul. So in an effort to get to the ball, Tara McLean pushed Monica Hart. Or at least that's the ruling by the official. And now the ball will go over on the player control foul to the Phantoms. Phantoms have some new faces in there, and this is
there's a lot of shots being blocked out there tonight. It's really surprising there's no fouls being called at all, Tim.
Bob, if you get a chance, would you mind terribly looking in the program to see if you can find out who number 13 for Phoebus is? I didn't have her.
Okay, yeah, I have her, Tim. I'm sorry. She's 13, Carleen Hargrove.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that, Mr. Bob. Anyway, the reason for wondering about that is Carleen Hargrove is in the lineup now, replacing Juanita Cook, who is on the bench with 4 personal fouls. No scoring so far here in the second half. 26-20 was our halftime score, and that's where we are. Cuffey has it knocked away, but it's retrieved by the Mariners. Her shot doesn't go.
Look
and
down
here comes
court.
Carleen Hargrove, finds Tammy Boggs down the court. Tammy puts a move on her defender, and it won't go. Chased down by Tanya Brooks. Excuse me, Chantel Pitt, number 33, rather. Nikki Reed playing catch with Keeler. Keeler from 16, an air ball. Underneath, doesn't go. And finally controlled by the Mariners. So both teams ice cold here to start the second half. There you got a good shot of Tara McLean as she shouts out the play number. And Chantel Pitt had it momentarily for the Phantoms, but it's finally controlled by the Mariners. McLean, dish it inside, and there is Nikki Reed to get the errant pass. Got a 3-on-1. Nikki Reed will take it herself. It doesn't go, and she battles with the much taller Crystal Richardson on the baseline, and I believe the foul will be charged to Nikki Reed.
I don't know, Tim.
Well,
Looks
I'm
like
not
it's
so
going
sure.
52.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's going against the Ferguson gal.
So instead of being against Nikki Reed, it is in fact against the Mariners' Crystal Richardson. That's her first. And the ball will be inbounds on the player control foul. Tammy Boggs, who hasn't done a lot of shooting so far tonight.
They have put pretty good pressure on her, Tim. It's not because she doesn't want to shoot the ball, but she hasn't had a good opportunity to shoot.
There's
that was an excellent shot. Right over the top of Crystal Richardson.
9 points for Tammy Boggs. She's got 4 buckets and a free throw. Little more than 5 minutes to go. The first score of the second half, and it's an 8-point Phoebus lead. Constantly pressuring the basketball.
They're not going to let you walk that ball up. They're going to make you work every time you bring the ball up the court.
Picked off by Chantel Pitt. Chantel doesn't necessarily look down court, as had she done so, Carleen Hargrove was open.
Well, she may not have controlled the ball as she looked down court either, Tim. It was a real smart move.
Yep. Wasn't any great hurry. Phantoms take the shot. Doesn't go. Tammy Boggs tied up, and a travel.
How can that be a travel when 2 people have the ball?
That's a real good question, and I'd like to know the answer to that myself, but it doesn't matter.
Jump ball when 2 opposing members have the ball.
I don't know how you can travel when you got 4 hands on the ball. Well, it's not our question to sit here and question the officials.
Well,
I'm not going to wonder about that
maybe
one.
they're a little rusty or something. I don't know. Maybe this big gym has kind of fooled them a little. I don't know. But
I really haven't ever seen a call like that. If 2 opposing players have their hands, and now 2 players on the same team can travel.
Yeah.
But not 2 opposing players, each with their hands on the ball. And who do you charge the travel to?
Well, whichever one's closest to you. I think that's what he did.
Well, nonetheless, it's an 8-point Phoebus lead. Mariners with the ball. Marlene Cuffey loses control momentarily. Crystal Richardson puts it up. It's blocked by Tammy Boggs, and a foul. This one's going to be called against Nikki Reed.
Well,
a mystery foul.
Excuse me, Tim. Now, you don't mind a foul from Hustle. And, you know, he figures that there's going to be a foul somewhere. I'm talking about the official, and I'm not real thrilled about the officiating in this ball game for either team.
No,
I'm not pulling from one team or the other, but it's obvious that he lets contact and weird things happen, and then touch fouls, he calls it.
Marlene Cuffey chases down her own rebound, and it still won't go for her. And finally, Tammy Boggs brings it down for the Phantoms. Hargrove in the corner for Keeler. Inside for Tammy Boggs. Put it up, no.
But that's a good shot, Tim. There's nothing wrong with that. And Mike Talon doesn't mind that shot because that's Tammy's range for sure. But I am real impressed with number 20, Tara McLean for the Phoebus Phantom. She's an excellent ball player for the Mariners. She's just doing an excellent job up there for the Mariners tonight.
Bob, do you by any chance have the air times for this game? Did
I believe
Doctor still have a chance to discuss that with you?
Wish I had an idea of that. Let me turn around and ask Sam. Sam, when's the air times of this ball game? Well, he's checking with Scotty, so we'll find out. But we do need to let people know when this thing is going to be aired so that you can let your friends know and everything.
PA announcer let us know as well. Let him tell the fans when they can see this exciting ball game. The winner of this game advances to Friday night's finals against the Menchville Monarchs, who are 19-4 on the season. Coming into this game, the Mariners are 15-7, and the Phantoms 17-5. 3:34 to go here in the third quarter. 4 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. Ball will be inbounds by Marilyn Watkins, Mariners team. Comes in for Denise Hampton. She feeds over to Marlene Cuffey. Cuffey looking to McLean. McLean can't handle it, but it was last touched by a Phoebus player.
Well, they're not making any passes that are not being contested. Somebody's always contesting the pass.
Just 2 points have been scored here in the entire second half. We have just a little more than 3 minutes to go, so in 5 minutes we've seen but 2 points scored. Tara McLean tries. She can't get it to go. The rebound is put in by Jackie Epperson, who now leads the game's scoring leaders with 10. And it's back to the 6-point lead that it was at halftime. Nikki Reed double teamed. Bounce pass is knocked away by the Mariners. Chased down and finally shuffled forward by Tammy Boggs. Nikki Reed finds the baseline going a little tough. Throws it out to Carleen Hargrove. She can't find the handle.
That was
lucky she didn't get called for travel.
That was a double dribble that it was not called.
Could have been most anything. 2:28. And our score 28-22 from 15. Tammy Boggs.
That's where they need to put Tammy, right there in the center, and let her pop, Tim. That's an excellent shot for Tammy.
11 points on the evening so far for Tammy. Back to the 8-point lead, and a foul will be called. I hazard to guess, but it'll be charged to Yolanda Keeler, I believe.
Well, if they don't call that on Yolanda, we're really in trouble tonight. But that was, again, that's a hustle foul, and you don't mind hustle fouls.
That's Keeler's second personal foul. Player control foul, as neither team has reached the limit yet. Jackie Epperson can't get it to go, and Nikki Reed brings it down for the Phantoms. She's got Tammy Boggs down the court, couldn't see her in time. Nikki carried the ball.
She knew she did, Jim.
Yeah,
she
got
knew
that ball a little
it.
high and then kind of rolled it over in her hand, and a good call by the official right on top of the play. So the turnover gives it to the Mariners.
It was happened right in front of him, Tim.
So did the jump ball that he called. I'm telling you, we've said it before. If you haven't heard us before, we would not, neither one of us would be an official for all the tea in China. It's the toughest job in any sport. Our hats off to these gentlemen. They don't get paid nearly what they're worth when it comes to the headaches and heartaches that they have to endure. Got a 2-shot foul coming up. This one's going to be called against number 33, and that would be Chantel Pitt. That's her first, and it is a 2-shot foul. Jackie Epperson will go to the free throw line.
This game is going to be aired, Tim, Thursday night at 9 o'clock, so that's most of the time, most of these people will see it as 9 p.m. on Thursday and then 9 a.m. on Friday. And the game that follows this, the Hampton High School boys playing the Ferguson boys, will be aired Friday at 9 p.m. and Thursday, check that, next Tuesday at 9 p.m. So we'll announce that periodically during the broadcast.
Jackie Epperson looking to convert the second free throw. And she misses this one, but Crystal Richardson gets the rebound, puts it up twice, it won't go. And now we have a whistle inside. So Crystal Richardson, a tall girl to say the least,
And she got the foul, Tim.
called for the foul. So that's what she gets for trying to get a rebound. 30-23 is our score. In the ball game now for the Ferguson Mariners, Cardell Bennett will replace Crystal Richardson. .134, 30-23. Phoebus by 7. They led by 6 at halftime. Tammy Boggs from 13 feet got it.
Yeah, they're working that offense now, Tim. They're working that offense now.
So Tammy now with 13 points as Monica Hart will come back in the ball game, and she'll replace Chantel Pitt. Pitt will leave the ball game having no points. 9-point Phantom lead, rather. The pass too long for Carol Bennett.
And that's what that pressure will do. They'll make you make some passes that are not good passes.
Carlene Hargrove over to Keeler, Yolanda Keeler. Nikki Reed finds Monica Hart on the baseline. It doesn't go. And controlled by Monica Hart, and then a whistle underneath.
And I don't know if he's going to give that a two-shot foul. She turned around like she's going to shoot. Then she decided to pass it, and the ball was whistled, or the foul was whistled. And they're going to count that as a non-shooting foul. That was a good call for the officials.
Tammy Boggs.
She has really broken out, Tim. I don't know how many points she's got this second half, but she's been the catalyst for the Mariners.
She's got 15, and of course you meant the Phantoms.
I'm sorry, did I say Mariners? I was checking to see if you were paying attention.
That's right. Scramble underneath, and it was last touched by a Mariner, so the Phantoms will bring it down. I believe Tammy Boggs, her hustle underneath the basket caused that turnover.
She is, I tell you, this hustle can be contagious. You got a girl like Nikki Reed who goes out there and just hustles all over the place, and pretty soon everybody is doing it.
Into Monica Hart. Same shot she tried before. She had no luck last time. Gets her own rebound. Gives it to Nikki Reed. Her shot won't go. Tammy Boggs goes down hard in an effort to get to the ball, and back come the Mariners. 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And an 11-point lead for the Phantoms. They started slowly here in the third quarter. Took 5 minutes before more than 2 points were scored. They've opened it up a little bit now. 7 seconds to go. Monica Hart gets the rebound. I doubt if the Phantoms know about the time factor. They don't.
Well,
Tammy Boggs did, but she couldn't get the word.
If Keeler would have been paying attention, she'd have got the ball and maybe perhaps would have gotten a shot off. We should have an interview coming up, I believe, but AG is trying to get a hold of Coach Brower, and he does. He's got him over there in the stands. If we can swing the camera over and catch AG, we've got AG with Walter Brower. Come on in, AG.
Tough ball game. They're going to come out and play us real tough, probably press most of the ball game, and we're going to play them much tougher than we did before. We didn't do a real good job on defense the last time that we played them.
All right, Warwick beating Denby last night put a little extra pressure on the Crabbers, I think.
Well, we want to win the tournament all along. This is one of our goals. We want to win the tournament, you know, regardless to the outcome in the other bracket. We want to win it.
Kevin Swan's been doing it all here lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, Kevin's more of a point guard than he is a shooter. I think this is where he'll play in college.
Everybody ready for tonight's game?
Gannon Baker's definitely out. He's got a bad sprained ankle. He won't be ready to play for another week.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight. We're going to be following you on Channel 29 all the way.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right. Tim and Bob.
Bob, now what do you call this? Bob Costas?
Tim Ryan.
Tim Ryan, okay.
I'll take that. I should have as much hair as Tim Ryan has. The shot will not count. We had a lane violation against the Mariners, so a heartbreak for Tara McLean as she got the ball to go in. But before the shot, they had a Mariner camping in the lane, so wipe the basket out. 34-23 is the score here to start the fourth quarter. 11-point lead for the Phantoms, and the ball will be charged on a backcourt violation.
The Gales are not looking the ball in their hands at all, Tim. They're trying to catch the ball without even looking at it. They're taking their eyes off the ball, and that really upsets the coaches because those are fundamentals that you can't. You work on them all day and every day at practice, and that's not supposed to happen like that. But the Phoebus Phantoms are doing a little something different. Normally, Nikki Reed runs the offense, but they have Keeler running the offense, and number 13, Carleen Hargrove out there as the two guards, and they put Tammy on the top of the key and Nikki at one of the wings, and are getting much better scoring that way.
Juanita Cook has returned to the Phantom lineup. That's her battling for the rebound. And Jackie Epperson, with 13 points now, gets the rebound.
Now we got Nikki back out. Excuse me, Tim. They got Nikki back out running the offense.
Sorry to say, Juanita Cook sat out most of the second quarter and almost all of the third quarter as she picked up her fourth foul just 10 seconds into the third quarter. And now, having sat out that time, they're going to play her here until, of course, she fouls out.
Well, I know she's gone more than 10 seconds. That's all she went in that third quarter.
Nikki Reed ties the ball up, and the ball will belong to the Phantoms on the arrow of possession.
Well, now that official called a jump ball, but this other one called traveling. The same situation. Here we see Mariners are in a 2-2-1 full court trap.
Tammy Boggs yells to Monica Hart, "Give me the ball, make a move, put it up." No. And Tara McLean will bring it down.
Now Tammy does a good job of getting the ball and shooting, but they're making her make a move before she shoots the ball.
Stolen underneath, put it in.
And now that really hurts. You've got the ball, you don't throw it away underneath the basket.
Marlene Cuffey got the loose ball and put it in for her second basket of the night. Nikki weaves her way down the baseline. Monica Hart puts it in, and she's fouled.
And catches the foul. Now you like to see that when you foul and you get the basket so you have a chance for the three-point play. That really helps. Uh-oh, Tim. I hope you're not dry. We've got a reprieve here.
Refreshments have arrived.
Thanks to Dr. Sam. Appreciate that. Thank you, Sam.
So Monica Hart gets the basket, is unable to get the three-point play. 9-point Phoebus lead. They have led throughout the ballgame. Baseline, Richardson puts it up. It's blocked, and now we have a foul inside.
And again, it's on number 52 after the shot was blocked, and she fouled on the rebound, Tim.
They have that on the scorer has it down as her second personal foul, but I see the official scorer has indicated to the bench that's in fact the third, as I had it on Crystal Richardson. So a 9-point lead for the Phoebus Phantoms with 6 minutes and 1 second to go. Again, if you wouldn't mind, Bob, repeating, when is this game being shown? It's being shown Thursday night at 9 p.m. and then Friday at 9 a.m.
I couldn't have said it better.
I got it written right there on the table.
And the boys' game, which precedes this tonight, that we will also be televising, will be aired on Friday at 9 p.m. and next Tuesday at 9 p.m., Tim. And I don't know if any of the Newport News system, 30 channels to 36, who did pick up our telecast that we did of the Denby-Hampton game, they showed that in Newport News. I don't know if they're going to pick up either one of their telecasts and show it in Newport News, but it would be nice if they did, to let the Newport News fans get to see the Ferguson Mariners.
There you see some of the fans in attendance for tonight's game, sitting back here enjoying this game and undoubtedly anticipating the game coming up between the Mariners boys team and the Hampton Crabbers boys team. The Denby Patriots, who have clinched a playoff berth in the regional action, did in fact lose to Warwick Tuesday night. So Warwick will face the winner of the game we'll have for you in just a short while. That game between the Hampton Crabbers and the Ferguson Mariners. That game will be for the second team to represent the Peninsula District, as two teams will, in fact, represent our district. Double dribble charge to Tara McLean. Turnover gives the ball to the Phantoms. They lead by 9.
But she hasn't made many mistakes tonight, Tim. But that pressure that Nikki Reed is putting on her is starting to pay off. She's kind of getting her rattled a little bit now. They're going to slow that ball down. It looks like maybe try to pull Ferguson out of that zone.
There you see on the wide shot from our high angle, the Phantoms with a 9-point lead have spread it out. They do not have to take the ball to the hoop. However, Nikki Reed will do so, and she is fouled. And let's see who they charge us. If it's on Richardson, that would be her 4th. And that is her 4th personal, so that could be trouble for the Mariners. We still have a little less than 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
Well, this is one thing that I know that Mike wants. If we can't get a layup, get to the foul line, and he's got an excellent foul shooter, Nikki Reed. She's a real top-notch foul shooter. And look what I did. I just jinxed her.
The announcer's jinx. Nikki will get a second chance. I equate foul shooting to the biathlon in the Winter Olympics.
I think they ought to, too. Well, I don't know about the Winter Olympics. They ought to put it somewhere.
You know what I mean about the, what I mean by equating it to that is you run up and down the court. I talked about this before. You do these wind sprints all over the court, and then you have to stop, take a deep breath, and shoot calmly a free throw. Got a foul right in front of our broadcast position. It'll be charged to Yolanda Keeler. That's her 3rd personal foul. So, you know, that's the thing I've always been amazed that I watch these guys. Of course, they're in a lot better shape than I ever would be. But they run up and down the court. Even in the waiting moments of a game, they're obviously breathing hard, and they get up there and they have to concentrate on the free throw line.
And that is the hardest shot to make because it's lonely. I mean, you're the only one that everybody's looking at you.
Denise Hampton has everybody looking at her right now. She's got the first of the 1-and-1. She'll get the bonus with a chance to make it an 8-point lead for the Phantoms. And Denise Hampton does. She's got 4 points. Basket, 2 free throws, and it's an 8-point lead. And the Ferguson Mariners have hung within range throughout this game. Tammy Boggs frantically looking for the pass.
She's doing jumping jacks and everything else over there because she's wide open. But again, Mike says, okay, we're going to take an easy shot. We're going to spread it out.
Oh, my, nice play.
Excellent move. Did you see? Hung in the air, double clutch, and put it in. I'll tell you, that was an awesome shot for Nikki Reed.
Nikki got the basket, and she was fouled. Four personal fouls on Denise Hampton. The 3-point play doesn't go, but make it a 4-point play.
4-point play. That's even better. That makes the coach smile just a little bit.
Monica Hart with 8 points, and now we've got a foul, 1-and-1. Both teams are over the limit, and Monica Hart will be called for the personal foul. That's her second.
Well, you can see one thing, Mike Talon has not changed his philosophy.
There you
his
see
philosophy
Mike Talon.
is, and you can see Mike sitting right there, and he's kind of shaking his head and scratching a little bit, but he is keeping the pressure on the Mariners so that they can't walk the ball up and settle down and get into an offensive flow. He wants to dictate the tempo, and he's doing a good job of doing it tonight.
Crystal Richardson at the free throw line. She's got 4 points on the evening. And she'll get the bonus.
But they're making their foul shots. And that's what you got to do. You got to make points while the clock is off.
Had been an 8-point lead, went up to 12, and it remains at 11 now when Crystal misses the second free throw. 4:50 to go in the ball game. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Womble, and staff here at Hampton University. Pleasure bringing you this semifinal game. Roll doesn't go. Tammy Boggs gets the rebound, and she's fouled underneath.
Well, Tammy isn't one of the bigger gals out there, but she does a good job of getting position underneath the basket to get the rebounds, Tim. And she's a good offensive rebounder because she knows if I get the ball, I'm going to get a chance to put it back up or maybe go to the foul line.
Tammy goes to the free throw line with 2 shots. And she'll get a second.
See, she's got a real good release with that ball. And I want to tell you, Mike Talon has taught these gals how to shoot. Every one of them shoots that ball well. Got a good release, a good follow through with the wrist, good mechanics.
Tammy now with 17 points to lead all scorers tonight. Full court pressure by the Phantoms. And a travel. That pressure causes the turnover. Marlene Cuffey couldn't hold on to the ball.
If I could take a time here to talk a little bit, I want to ring Mike Talon's bell a little bit. There is no JV program in the city of Hampton like there is in the city of Newport News. So they have a feeder program in Newport News where you don't have it in Hampton. And every one of these girls that come with Mike Talon do not play any basketball at all until at least their freshman year, and sometimes not until after that. And he has consistently had a team that's in the top of the district, Tim. He is an excellent coach, and people need to know what good a job Mike Talon does over there at Phoebus High School.
Tammy Boggs steals the inbounds pass. It won't go for it. Bounded around the rim, but just wouldn't fall. 15-point Phoebus lead. Richardson's shot, she follows it up. She puts it in. It counts, and she's fouled. Foul is on Monica Hart. That will be her 3rd personal foul.
I was just watching Nikki Reed that time. She went over and was talking to Monica Hart and was explaining something to her. She's a coach on the floor, Tim. She really is. She's been a starter at Phoebus for 3 years, ever since she's been a freshman. And she's got 1 more year, and they will be a very competitive outfit next year again.
Crystal Richardson completes a 3-point play. She's got 8 points on the night. Full court pressure by the Mariners. Yolanda Keeler heaves it over to Tammy Boggs. Now Nikki Reed. Good shot of Nikki as she drives the basket. Feed it off to Juanita Cook. Put it in.
They get nothing but inside shots, and that really hurts because they're 14 points down. The Mariners are down by 14. They need to get some runs going here, but they're going to have to do a better job on their full court pressure.
Nikki Reed steals it. She's got Tammy Boggs leading the way for her, kind of a moving screen. And Nikki now with 12 points on the night. There you see the full court pressure by Tammy Boggs.
They have rotated 3 different ball players that have been guarding Tara McLean. Tammy Boggs is now guarding her before. Nikki Reed was guarding her, and also Yolanda Keeler. So they're really putting a lot of pressure because that's their point guard, the one that's going to run offense for the Mariners. And if you keep her tired, her shook up, and her doing things she doesn't want to do, it's hard to run your offense. As we can see, there's a good picture of the huddle there as the Phoebus Phantoms and Mike Talon's down there talking to his players.
And they have a 16-point lead with just 3 minutes and 1 second remaining here at Hampton University. The Lady Phantoms looking to advance to the finals against the Mentsville Monarchs. That game to be played Friday night. I'm not sure that game is being played here. I heard the PA man saying something about a site to be determined. I don't know whether that means there's some question about where they're going to play or what.
Good point. I didn't catch that, Tim. I just assumed that it would be here, and that's, I don't know. Well, maybe we can get AG to do a little sniffing around here and talk with Bolin Shoop, if you would, AG, to find out where the girls' final game is going to be played. They would announce something that there would be a site to be announced, so I don't know. I assumed it was going to be played here. But Mr. Bolin Shoop, assistant principal of Bethel, who is in charge of this tournament, should know.
At the free throw line, Marlene Cuffey. And she misses the first. Marlene has 4 points at this point in the game. 16-point lead for the Phantoms, 49-33.
Friday right here.
0 for 2 from the free throw line. So I believe I heard AG say the game will be in fact here.
It will be here 6:15 Friday. It will be played here.
So if you're watching this game Thursday night, make plans to come out Friday evening for a night of action here at Hampton University. Phoebus girls against the Menchville Monarchs, and the Warwick Raiders against a team to be determined. Crystal Richardson can't get it to go. The Phantoms will bring it down. Nikki Reed with 12 points on the night. Team leaders Tammy Boggs with 17. Juanita Cook with 10. Juanita's got 10 points. She didn't play but about a quarter and a half of this ball game. Nikki Reed can't get it to go. The rebound shot is blocked. And back come the Mariners. 2:22 left on the clock. And a double dribble call.
That was a good call. That was a double dribble. Now, Tim, the winner of this game will play Menchville, as you stated, Friday night at 6:15 here at Hampton University. But also, the fans need to know that Phoebus wins this game, what it looks like they're going to do with 16-point lead with 2:20 to go. They will also advance along with Menchville girls to the Eastern Regionals. And I don't know where that game will be played, but as far as I know, we will be following the Hampton team that goes on to the regionals or to the state or whatever. And we've never had a chance to go to the state in basketball, Tim. It'd be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it?
Sure would.
Both would enjoy that.
Love to see the Hampton schools continue to be represented. I don't want to make it sound like we're anti-Newport News schools,
no.
But of course we're playing for the Hampton schools as of here.
They're paying off. They're the ones that's paying us.
2:20 left in the ball game. Phoebus with a 16-point lead.
And you kind of look at the faces of the Mariner team out there, and they're really a little bit down because I know it's going to be almost impossible for them to score 16 points in 2 minutes.
Good drive by Keeler, but she can't get it to go. Juanita Cook gets the rebound. She puts it up, and a foul is charged underneath.
Well, I tell you, Anita Cook has really scored a lot of points, but she only played, Tim, just part of the first quarter and very little of the third quarter. I think about 10 seconds, she said.
She has 10 points and has played less than a half of basketball.
We got 5 fouls on whoever that foul was charged to.
That was Denise Hampton, who has fouled out of the ballgame. And the Mariners will have to get a substitute on the floor within 60 seconds, I do believe.
Yeah, they have 60 seconds, Tim.
And replacing her will be Takita Newby, number 12.
That's what Mike likes to see, make that foul shots.
Juanita Cook chases down her own rebound, but she can't hold on to it. And with 1:55 to go in the ball game, the Mariners will bring it up trailing by 17.
And the pressure's still on. Phoebus is still putting the pressure on.
Newby turns it over. Nikki Reed back to Keeler. 50-33, just 1:24 to go. Keeler will put it up, no good. knocked away by Monica Hart, last touched by the Phantoms. So is AG going to try and get one of the Phoebus girls and maybe Mike
he's going to
Talon?
go over and talk to Coach Talon and probably try to get up with Nikki Reed and Tammy Boggs. They're the two stalwarts on that team. There's a lot of good players on there. We just hate to single out just two.
Juanita Cook out there too. She's played a good game, and especially with the few minutes that she played. Tammy Boggs back to Nikki Reed. Keeler has had a good game, as has Monica Hart, who just scored. Monica Hart has 10 points. So you got Hart with 10, Cook with 11, Boggs with 17, and Nikki Reed with 12. Yolanda Keeler is the only starter who hasn't scored. Crystal Richardson can't get it to go, and a foul inside. I believe this is going to be on Monica Hart, and that'll be her 4th.
Well, that's kind of academic at this stage of the game, Tim. You got 38 seconds, and Phoebus is coming out a winner, and they're going to go on to the Eastern Regionals, and we're really glad to see that.
At the line, 21 for the Ferguson Mariners, number 22, Jackie
Epperson at the free throw line with 13 points to lead her team tonight. And down come the Phantoms. 52-33. Foul inside. Charge to Tara McLean, number 20.
Nikki's just a little too quick for any of the Mariners to stay with her. I mean, it's nice to be fast, but if you could be fast and dribble a basketball like she does, then that's an added plus, because she's fast and dribbling the basketball and the other gals are running without the ball. And is an excellent foul shooter, too. We sure want to congratulate Mike Talon and his Phoebus Phantom girls for an excellent season so far this year, and with the ability to go on to the Eastern Regionals, we're really proud of them.
And Nikki Reed with 14 points. Phoebus will advance their record to 18-5. Their record second only to the Monarchs of Menchville, 19-4. 19 seconds to go. Still being pressured. And quickly, Carlene Hargrove spots Nikki Reed. Nikki can't hold on to it. Tammy Boggs puts it up, an air ball. Lots of bodies flying underneath. Tammy Boggs says, I'm open, hit me. 2 seconds. Nikki Reed will fire it up, and it doesn't go. Had it gone, it would have been a three-point play, but it was well short. And we have concluded the ball game. The final score, Phoebus 54, Ferguson 33, and we'll ask you to hold on here as we're going to have some post-game interviews. A.G. Womble will be making his way over to the other side of the court to discuss this game with Mike Talon and a couple of the key players for the Phoebus Phantoms. Scoring for you at the first period, the Phantoms were ahead 19-10. Then at halftime, their lead was cut to a 6-point lead, 26-20, and that's about as close as the Monarchs, the Mariners ever got. They trailed by 11 at the three-quarter mark, did the Mariners, and the final score, a 21-point margin of victory for the Phoebus Phantoms. We're just about set to go across the court as we are over here. We're over here. And we're going to go to A.G. Womble. He's got Coach Mike Talon.
Victorious Phantoms here. First of all, Coach, great game. First half was a little close, but you blew them away in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference was. We seem to come out tight every game. Second half, we loosen up a little bit. These kids can play. I mean, they can really play, but they don't know it until they got a 20-point lead. Then they remember that.
Okay, Nikki, your thoughts on the big win?
I think we played pretty well, and we're ready to go to regionals and play Mitchell this Friday.
All right, congratulations also on your first team All-District, and also Tammy Boggs, your first team All-District. Your thoughts on the big win here?
I was really glad to win because I really want to go after Cox and also play Michigan Friday.
Okay. Monica, going into the regionals now for sure, what are your thoughts about going into the regional playoffs?
I'm real excited. You know, being that last year I didn't play much. But, you know, I hope I don't have any bad games. I'm really trying to have a good season.
Good luck to y'all. Thank you. Coach, your thoughts about the regions coming up?
We got the toughest draw. I think Cox is rated 1 or 2 in the state, and that's who we got at their place first round. And instead of being at home playing number 2 Kempsville, we've got the best team to play. So, but you know, that can work in our favor if we can get through that first game. We're in a good situation to go right back again this year. So we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, this is going to be a habit talking to you after games.
I hope it continues to be a habit. I like this.
Okay, good luck to you, Mike.
Thanks
Great job
much.
tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Tim Ryan and Bob Costas, back to you.
Okay, thank you, A.G. Womble. So that's it from the Hampton University Gymnasium. The Phoebus Phantom girls team victorious as they advance to the regionals. They do have to play Menchville Monarchs girls team Friday night. That'll be a game played at the Hampton University Gymnasium at 6:15. So make plans to come out and see that game in person and advance these girls on to the regionals where they'll have a
look at that
tough
shot.
schedule, to
Look
say
at
the
that
least.
shot, Tim.
I think it looks, what's that guy's name on NBC, the guy, the bearded wonder?
Merlin Olsen.
There you go. I got a lot less hair than Merlin. Well, listen, that's going to do it for this game. Tammy Boggs ends up being the leading scorer in tonight's game. She and Nikki Reed, along with Juanita Cook and Monica Hart, lead the Lady Phantoms to the victory. The final score, the Phoebus Phantoms 54, the Ferguson Mariners 33. For A.G. Womble and Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.
Good job, guys.